Hi, what's up, y'all? Today I'm here with Pete Afato. He's the founder and owner of Yuba FC. He's also the women's soccer coach at Yuba College. Today he's going to be talking to us about what it's like running a semi-pro team, why he started it, and all the logistics behind running a semi-professional club, and also some of the marketing tactics that he talks about to bring fans out and what it takes in all to be successful. So we can start off with, tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit of your experience, what drove you to start Yuba FC, and then we can go from there.
So obviously I'm young, I'm 26. I went to college. I started playing soccer a little late, more seriously. Started playing like at recess and stuff for like a little Christian school. And then when I went to Yuba City High School, I was playing American football and I had a bunch of kids like convince me like, come play, dude, you're fast, blah, blah, blah. So went there, played. Wasn't even that great of a player, just a good athlete. And then honestly, I just fell in love with the game, and that kind of kept driving me to get better and better. And then I started asking people that were better than me, like opinions on things, and started watching, honestly, just watching soccer. Yeah, watching, but it just came, yeah, it literally came down to like watching games, bro. Like I was a left back, and I was a Madrid fan, so I was like, I'm gonna watch Marcelo, and I watched Marcelo like every day. And I was like, I want to be like that. I want to be someone that can get up and use both feet and can be dangerous in attack and defend. And from there, went on to play here at Yuba College, played 2 years here, then went to a small like offshoot school of UNR, played a season there, then transferred to Florida Memorial University in Miami, finished playing there, and then I went on trials with a couple like USL championship teams, and then just started playing like semi-pro like UPSL, US Open Cup, and then obviously like me and you know, because we kind of grew up together a little bit. We were always driving far. So it was whether it was Luis Martinez and a couple people going to Davis, or the twins that are now in Spain going all the way to San Jose to play. We were driving to Roseville, Sacramento. We were just like, bro, why do we keep driving so far? Like we have so much talent here. Like we'd put like little tournament teams together and we'd go win indoor tournaments, or we'd go win Sunday League tournaments. And it's like, bro, we should just make a team here. And it kind of just came down to like, honestly, like my friend Kenji, like he just told me, like, bro, just do it. Like, who cares? Like, if it fails, bro. Just try it. Yeah. So I was like, all right. So I hit up UPSL and then started a team, and we started there and kind of just went from there. Like, it started small, and then it grew really quick within 6 months. I had a women's team too now. I'm competing in UPSL, and it kind of just grew from there.
So can you talk to us about what was it like? How do you even get into UPSL in the first place? Like, what's the process?
Yeah, so usually for most leagues, it's kind of different everywhere else, but for the UPSL specifically, we had to like kind of like apply, I would say. You have to like go through like an application process. You like reach out with your info. They reach back out to you, kind of explain logistics, and they kind of give you just the logistics of like, here's the fees for the league. They don't give you like, hey, this is also going to cost you to like rent the fields or any of that stuff. They don't really give you a breakdown. So it's kind of underwhelming, I would say, when you first like are getting into it, because you kind of think like, oh, bro, it's only $2,000 to get in this league.
To just register.
Yeah, and then you find out there's another $2,500 per season. There's another $2,000 for the ref fees, and then there's a season in the fall and the spring. So it kind of creeps up on you, and then you also have like, oh, if you want a friendly, then you have to get your own refs. You have to rent the field, obviously, and then like field rentals, like for us, like to do any of the local high schools here, even the college, it's like close to like $600 a game. So that's another big giant expense when you play 10 to 12 games a season. So that's 5 to 6 home games plus any friendlies. So that goes up to another, I'd say, close to like $5,000. So at the end, when you're looking at it just for like just my men's team, it was like roughly like 14,000.
Just for one season?
For both seasons, for men, for fall and spring, and then, but that's just the men. So then you have to add another 6 to 7 for my women that play just in the spring. So, because women's, they just run in the spring due to most women are in college during the fall. So
to run a men's and a women's semi-pro team, it's roughly around?
Like I would say $20,000 to $25,000 a year, yeah.
Yeah, this is news to me. I thought it was much cheaper. Like you said, like, oh, this is $2,000 registration fee, and then that's it. But like you said, there's a lot of logistics that go behind it. You've been in the industry for a while. It sounds like with Opsium, like some of the recruiting. Is there something that you has changed? For example, I just heard that you said like video reels. Like how important has that become for like players to record footage of their performance, or like what does that look like now? Like,
I think it's huge. I always tell everybody, keep 1 or 2 like full game footages of the best games you've played, because coaches will ask for the full game footage. And me and my buddy got in an argument this other day because he was sending me Luis Diaz videos of just his highlights. And I was like, he's the best winger in the world. I'm like, he's not. Like, he's like, look at his highlights. He would send me like a 15-minute reel of him, and we were going back and forth. And I said, bro, professional coaches will ask for full film because they want to see when you do bad. No one's going to put when you turn the ball over.
yeah.
And
Everybody just sends their best.
yeah, they just send their best. So they want to see your attitude. That's how they really get to see you, because this days everything's so expensive, and scouting I think has went a lot away from going in person. Like, you have to be really important for someone to go there in person to watch you. So a lot of it is film. So you got to have good film. And like I always tell, I tell my girls the most is like, they'll make a mistake and they'll go, and I'm like, God's not going to come down here and save you. Go get that ball back. Yeah. And I think that's why they want full game footage. But obviously it's good. I'd say 2 to 5 minutes is usually max. Like, they rarely watch past a minute 30. Even me as a college coach, I usually kind of skip through it a little bit because I'm like, all right, I saw the first 5 clips in the first 30 seconds. I'll go to the last half, see. Because we don't have time to watch 500 videos, you know, especially in the professional world too. Like, the only way I'm going to watch a full game is if I'm really interested. If I'm like, all right, I really like this guy or this girl, I want to see how their attitude is or how they react when it gets difficult, you know, because I think that's what really makes you as a player. And like me, some people that have played pro will tell you this too. Like, there's great players with tons of talent that don't go professional, not because they're not talented, but because they do this. They go inconsistent. And there'll be guys that aren't the greatest, but they're 7 every single time. Yeah. They're 6, 7, they average, but they do the same thing every game. There's no lows, there's no highs, it's just consistent. And I think people have that very underrated, because it's like, oh, bro, look at this guy, he scored a screamer. And it's like, he has 1 goal. Like, that's his one highlight, you know? So I think film's really important, and it's good to capture everything. Like, I always tell everybody, like, even if you're a forward, capture you pressing, capture you with build-up play, capture you tracking someone down. Because in this day and age, I mean, look at PSG. Like, I know they lost this Sunday, but like, you don't have the luxury of standing around and not defending as an attacker. And I mean, look at Madrid. I'm a huge Madrid fan. We have a bunch of attackers that love to just stand there and watch while they get dominated, while they're standing deeper than the center backs are standing for the other team. And so I don't think anyone has the luxury of just kind of hanging out anymore, unless you're like 2 guys. Maybe Messi and Ronaldo might have the luxury of doing that. But I just think like people need to start realizing that and start looking to expand their film and more of just, oh, look, I can score goals, because I want to see what else can you do, you know?
Jumping back to what it takes to run Yuba FC, one thing that I think a lot of people don't know is how do you pay for these funds? Like, does it come out of pocket? Are you doing fundraisers? Can you run us through the business side of running a semi-pro football club?
So I think every team's a little different. Like, for example, like with me, I started an LLC. Just 1, to be liable, but 2, to have a more organized just business side of it. Because when I first started the first season, I didn't have anything, and it was a lot of like, oh, here's a couple sponsors, and it would be like, oh, here's $1,000, and it would be like cash or whatever. So it was a lot easier. And then when we started a women's team, everything gets more expensive. We promote to the higher level, it gets more expensive. So it became a lot more legit. So I started LLC, and honestly, when it comes to funding, it's a mix of things. I've definitely put thousands of dollars into this that I'll probably not see for a long time. But I do this because I love it, and I do it because I want to help the kids, and I want to help people play. And even if like the older guys, I guess not just kids, but even people here that still have the aspirations of playing at a high level and can do it, I want to provide that for everybody, you know? So yeah, I've put a lot of money into it. We get a lot of pretty good sponsors, like local sponsorships. I've been trying to grow it just because we do have to ask like kind of like a player kind of like fee. They do get stuff out of it. They do get like their gear, their jerseys. They get to keep all that stuff. But I've been trying to get it down to where like we don't have to pay for anything. Eventually we'll get there. But right now, just obviously again being a newer team. This year with my men and women getting to, well, my women are now in the final, but my men and women both made the semifinals in their leagues. I think kind of shows that we have that kind of talent, that grit. So hopefully we can get more for this coming spring. And then we do a couple fundraisers. We'll do like some like online kind of like fundraising campaigns. We'll do some like charity kind of work where we'll kind of do like little like baskets or something. We're looking into doing some more fundraising type stuff because this is my first fall. I'm going to take off from the men, so we're not going to play until the spring. Just due to me getting this head coaching job at Yuba College. So it's going to take a lot of my time. And with me doing all of it myself, it's difficult. And that's one thing I would say for me that I'm mainly aiming towards next year is to bring in people to help. But the hard part with that is you can't really pay them when you're not having the money to bring in, you know? So it takes a lot of, I would say, hard work from just everybody because a lot of us are having to do this stuff for free, or technically we're losing money, for me. But yeah, so it's a mix of things from just getting local sponsorships to getting like random donations. I've got a couple parents were like, hey, like we love what you're doing. Thank you for doing this for our kid. Like here's like $300 or here's $100. Like buy them pizza or something. Like, so we get a lot of stuff like that. For the most part, we haven't been in any crazy situations where it's like, oh, I need to take a loan out to get this paid. But I've definitely dropped a lot of money of my personal savings into this, and I don't regret it. I think we're doing something good, and like I said, I've already helped a lot of people get on a platform, and hopefully I've helped them even kind of learn and to be adults because I've got them when they're 16 and now they're 19, like the twins. And that's kind of my main goal of this team is to not just create good footballers, but create good people. I heard I don't remember who he was, but he spoke at a combine I was at. Right out of college, and he told me, he goes, you're only a footballer for 90 minutes. If you're a shitty person after that, no one's going to remember you as a footballer. And so I've kind of tried to take that and turn it into the other way where it's like you should be a great person and then be a good footballer as well. And so I've kind of tried to lead that way as a coach and as an owner of rise above. I'm sure there's moments where I haven't, but that's my main goal as a leader behind kind of the club is try to always do the right thing, follow the rules, don't cheat, all that stuff. So yeah.
So would you say your main sources of revenue are like sponsorships?
Yeah, I'd say sponsorships and self-funding. Just
self-funding.
Self-funding, sponsorships. We brought in I would say maybe a fifth from fundraising. We struggled with fundraising. I don't know if it was just weird timing or it's just kind of weird because we're all older, so it's not as easy as it is when you're a high schooler to ask your family for
candies and stuff.
Yeah, it was a little harder. But yeah, I'd say probably sponsorships bring in probably I would say 3/5, yeah.
3/5 of the revenue.
3/5 of the revenue, and then the one with I would say kind of donations, fundraising, and then the other part is just self-funding just from us or the players and me for the most part putting money in.
How do your sponsorships work? Is there something what is the tier if you can break that down for a little bit for us?
We had a bigger tier this year because I was trying to bring in more money. We had to adjust it a little bit. So we had a platinum tier, which was Juice It Up took this year. So they're on the front of our training tops or jackets or jerseys. There's a base price. It kind of changed. We started with 10,000 and then we went down. We got logos on the shoulders with Mateo jerseys and NorCal Diesel. And NorCal Diesel has been with us since the first season. So we had 4 tiers, and then we had a fifth kind of donation tier where it was because what I've learned is there's a lot of people that want to give money but don't want people coming to ask for money, so they don't want to be recognized. Yeah. So I've had that. Where,
they see that they sponsor you and they just don't want a bunch of organizations.
Yeah, because that's what happens. I've never went and looked and be like, oh look, this guy's sponsored, I'm gonna go ask.
Yeah.
But for example, my dad's owns the urgent care, and he says as soon as he sponsors one thing, next thing you know, people start popping in and hey,
asking for a fund.
Yeah, hey, can I get $500? Hey, can I get $5,000? And a lot of people they want to donate and sponsor something they believe in.
Yeah.
And I've learned that just on the other I've found people that don't even really care about soccer. but they like what I'm doing and like what I'm doing for the community, and so that's why they give us the money, or that's why they will give us like some type of trade-off where it's like, oh, we'll film your games, or we'll give you pizza, or we'll feed you.
It's something in return.
Yeah, something in return, which I've been very grateful because we've had really good like local sponsorships. I've tried to go out and get some bigger ones, like maybe some more like national recognized. They've been kind of like, oh, we'll get back to you in the next few years. So hoping like maybe like with Hard Rock getting more involved in the community, stuff like that, maybe we can eventually work with them. I know like the High Wheelers, the baseball team, they've been doing a great job, and I've been connected with them a little bit. We're going to work on maybe getting a collaboration with our two teams and our maybe even potentially moving to Bryant Field eventually. But yeah, like that. I just really, it's like same thing on the outside of the football side is I want to keep it kind of local, kind of build something here for us. Like I feel like a lot of people here in the Yuba Sutter area don't have much, and I feel like we've always had to leave. And so I kind of want to keep it where it's like, this is ours, this is special to us.
Something
like,
built.
Yeah, I don't want it to, like, I've had other bigger teams from other cities ask to, like, kind of buy us out, kind of have us merge into them.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's tempting because it takes a lot of stress off me, it takes a lot of money burden off me.
Yeah.
But like I said, like, this is for us, like everyone that's here. And so that's kind of the main reason why I keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah. So what about like ticket sales? Like, do you guys charge for people to come to games? Have you tried that stream of revenue? Because I know that's really big for sports teams.
Yeah, so we used to do, like, it was like $5 for anyone over like 18, and our like crowd shrunk, and not really sure 100% why, because basically our main target was to try to get the kids, the youth, to like look for something, and we've kind of stayed steady on that. The hard part has been honestly the divide between the three youth clubs in the area. Like I feel like when we do something and it's like, oh, Azuri's going to be the ball boys, then the other two don't want to come. And I've kind of found that out, whether they want to say it or not. And I just feel like they haven't really tried to work with us as much as I've tried to work with them. And I don't know if it's a personal thing or they just don't care. But that's been something like I've wanted to try to work. Like I've tried to partner with them, tried to kind of even collab where we all merge into one club and kind of make an academy like a Davis Legacy, because there's so much talent here. I mean, everyone that's
in this area, there's 3 clubs. If they all join together, they can make one really solid club.
And I don't think all these players would leave. Like I don't think the players would leave to Davis or Placer. I think they would stay because we'd be good. But instead, we're gonna take 3 teams that are the same age and make them all 3 bronze teams because they're all weak, instead of making one solid team. But that's kind of a whole nother youth soccer topic. But yeah, so we've tried, and I've just found I would rather have more people in the stands than an extra $50 in the club's pocket. And so we stopped doing that. We do occasionally do, like when it's really hot, we'll do like a snack bar where we sell like waters, Gatorades, like some chips, some candies. I've mainly been like working with like food trucks or like Rosie Snowbiz. Like we'll just have them come out, and I don't charge them anything. I just want to kind of create a fun environment. And that's kind of like the next stages for like next year. Like what I'm really wanting to work on is kind of creating a more fun environment where it's more of like an event than it is just a soccer game. Because I think that's something like I really like have learned a lot from like Napa Valley, and they do a great job of that. They have like a kid zone. They have like events. They shoot T-shirts out with the T-shirt gun. Like,
so it's a whole experience.
Yeah, it's a whole experience, and people love that, and they'll pay $20 to go to a game. Yeah, and so I think that's kind of the next step that I'm wanting to take here as like a club is like get to the point where like we have enough fans. We'll get a game where we have 200, 300 fans, and then we'll get a game where we have 15. You know, like it's kind of hit and miss, and I think it's just really because there's a lot of divide in this area, and I feel like it's always been like that. And I just feel like it's like kind of almost, and it's sad, but I just feel like people here like don't really like to see other people succeed. Like I've heard so many people be like, oh, like Yuba sucks, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, but then when we win, they're like, they go there to watch us lose. Like they want us to lose. And it's weird. I think it's weird because it's like, bro, this is like our hometown. Like why wouldn't you want the home team to win? Like in Europe, bro, there's teeny little clubs that those people will die for the club. Like they'll die for it. And it's just, I think it's an American thing too, where it's like they don't care as much. That's kind of like what I'm trying to build, and I think we've slowly kind of built on that. Is we've kind of ignored that noise where it's easy to kind of get in kind of like little like fights over and bickerings about, and I just kind of overlook it and just be like, well, I want the people that are here to want to be here. I want the fans that we have to want to keep coming out, and we give them an experience. So we do like kids night. We did one this year and it was really successful. We want to like build on that next year when we can do a lot more planning. I have a whole basically 7 months till our next game, so it's going to be a lot of planning and preparation for it to do a lot more events like that. So that's why we haven't really charged with tickets right now, but I think eventually we'll go back to it just because it'll take a big financial burden off of us if we can, even if it's $5 a ticket, you know.
The events that you have created and have done in the past, would you say how would you go about promoting them? Like, do you have a strategy where, like, event marketing or events like sports marketing strategy for these events in the past, and like what worked, what didn't?
So we've tried to do. We're mainly on social media, so we try to hit social media really hard and we've made a lot more of like player kind of like funny ad kind of posts, and those have been really successful. A lot of people have liked those. Even like we just recently did like a Love Island like spin off, and a lot of people loved that. So we've done stuff like that for the event. Like I made a flyer, obviously promoted it heavily. We talked about it. We did a couple like videos, promo videos, paid for like obviously like ad through Instagram and Facebook. And then like I said, I sent it out to all the youth clubs, sent it out to every school, like junior high school, because it was Kids Day where they got a kids run. They could win prizes, win T-shirts, stuff like that. And we had a pretty good turnout. I'd say that was the biggest crowd. We probably had like 300, maybe 350 people there. But again, like it was not really the youth soccer clubs. It was one youth soccer club and a few stragglers, and then a bunch of just kids just from schools that just wanted to come out and have fun. And like my brother's friend, he took his friend to the first game, and it was a women's game, right? And a lot of people look down on women's sports, but like our women's team's really good. But it wasn't even that. It was the environment of the kid loved it. He went out there, got to run around the field, got to talk to like people that they consider professional. And some of these girls might become professional, so they got to talk to them. Like the players are very open to that. They love talking to the kids. They love hanging out with them, especially the men's side. Like we'll juggle the ball with them like before the game, or like kick a ball back and forth, talk to them, get to know them a little bit. So we've done a lot of stuff like that. My biggest thing is like I think connections. If you connect with someone, why would they not want to come back unless they have a bad experience? And I think a lot of the kids have wanted to come back, and it just come down. We just got to keep doing it. It's got to be consistent. And we want to create more events in the community where we can hopefully get more people out. Just a lot of times it's like really lame excuses like, oh, we have a game at noon and our game's at 7 at night. And it's like there's not really a conflict. You just didn't want to tell the kids about it. Because if the kids come, now the parents come, and then the parents come, now the other 2 kids had to come, right? And now that's 5 people there. But yeah, and so I think that's kind of our target. I did try to target like more of like the Hispanic market, like Sunday League-ish, and those are the haters, so they never wanted to come out because they didn't make the team or whatever, so now they don't like us. So I think the next kind of like marketing like strategy for us is just getting really big in like the families and like the youth and kind of like building there. I've been trying to work with the youth teams, doing like some like combines, or even like I've volunteered myself for free to go out and like just talk to the kids, and it's very, oh yeah, we'll do it, and then I never hear back. So hopefully after hearing this, maybe they're more inclined to it, even if it's just one team. Like I think these kids, they need more guidance. Luis Martinez does a great job of this as well, like with his training program. And we have been there. We've done what these kids are aspiring to do, and we're trying to give back. If me and him really cared about money, we wouldn't do it here. We'd go to Roseville and we'd make a bunch of money, right? But we're doing it here. We chose to stay here. We choose to play here. Like Luis could go play for any of the teams in this whole area, all of Northern California. I could have went and played, or I could have done anything else. I didn't need to start this. We have a lot of players like that, and we chose to stay here, like I said, for us, for our hometown, for the Yuba City area, yeah. And so I think once people start realizing that that's why we're doing it, I don't see why we wouldn't be able to grow the fan base even more than we've already had. Because we've already, like I was looking at our Instagram, like just statistics, and like in the last like 30 days, we had like an outreach of like 490,000 just in like the last 30 days, which is like huge for us. Like a teeny little club that like I always make fun of, like, you go to Napa, their club's worth millions of dollars. Here we're like -$7. Like, you know, like financially we're not that. We're not in a super rich area that had a team there for 14 years. We're a club that literally 2 days ago was our 3-year anniversary of me officially getting accepted to the UPSL. You know, so it's like we're very brand new, but we've been very successful. My women's, like I said, 3 years, 3 championships. We've been in the final every single year. We went to the state final our very first year after winning the Northern California title. My men, we've been in playoffs every year but twice. We've won the first round both times we made the playoffs. The first year we were undefeated, won the league. So like we've been successful for a little teeny area that kind of no one really gives us that respect. And I think a lot of our players like that. And I like that about our team is we're very gritty. We have something to prove, and we're, especially like this last year, we're really young. So I think we just have a really high upside, especially going to the semifinal this year and knocking off the #2 ranked team in the nation in the quarterfinal this year. So I think we have a lot to aspire to. And like I talked to a young lady today that I used to coach when she was younger, who is coming off an injury, who was telling me when she comes back, she eventually wants to try to play for the women's team. So I told her that's the whole goal of the whole team, was to give these kids something to look forward to. Not I'm gonna play to Missouri till I'm U18. Now they don't have a team. Now I'm done.
It's aspired.
Yeah, it's aspired
Something
to be
beyond
something
as they grow older.
like it's kind of like, I guess, cheesy, but like for Yuba College, this is my first season as the head coach, and our like main motto is believe bigger. Like believe bigger than you've always believed, and that's like what our motto is for this year. And a lot of the girls have already bought into it. Of people have told you guys you aren't good enough. Well, guess what? We're gonna be better than that. We're gonna believe that we can win this league. We're gonna believe we'll win conference. We'll make the state playoff. We're gonna believe we can beat a team that's better than us. Like that's kind of the mindset. We're gonna believe we can go to the next level. Yeah. People don't take this serious. There's players like Dari Monahano who played here, and no one ever told her she's good enough to go to the next level. She's good enough. Yeah. If she wanted to play somewhere and she had the right guidance when she was younger, like she could have went somewhere, and she knows that now playing with our women's team. So that's kind of what I'm trying to give back, is like that, like to believe bigger, believe in your dreams, follow them, and like keep striving for them. Like don't just think like, oh, because we're in a small town, no one can find. We talked about film earlier. You get the good film and you get the right people in your corner, bro. You just need that one chance. Yeah, you just need one chance, and when you get that chance, take it. You know. So yeah.
No, I think it was a really a pleasure talking with you.
Yeah, man.
Like it was really awesome. I learned about the club, what you're trying to do, and hopefully with this interview, a lot of people can see like, hey, come out and support. You can tell the cameras like where we can find you and where they can reach out in case they do want to sponsor you or just keep with updates with the team and stuff going on.
Yeah. So you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook just at Yuba Football Club. We do have a Twitter, it's Yuba FC. We're working on hopefully maybe getting a TikTok and like a Snapchat going soon. I'm trying to work with some of the colleges to get some like social media interns. We do have our women's final this Sunday. I don't know when this is going to air, but we'll play Sunday the 20th at 7 p.m. at River Valley High School. And then if you ever want to get a hold of me, you can get a hold of me at either afato.pete@gmail.com. Just reach out to the Yuba page on Instagram, and we'll get connected. But yeah, man, thank you for setting it up and taking the time.
No, yeah, I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Thanks. Create the event on Events Near Me, and then I'll share it on Facebook. And then you think you get it done by Friday, Saturday? Yeah. So then we can post it on there. Because on Facebook, you know how much we have? Almost 2K followers.
Yeah, that's hella good.
Yeah, and it's all people looking for events. Yeah.
I know, I posted a couple times on there.
We post it. But post it again, and then we'll share on Facebook. Who? Sunday League? Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then also check out our